Welcome to self-discoverywisdom.com, formerly known as Self-Discovery Media. On these podcasts, you're going to hear people who speak from the heart. They've taken the journey in life. Many things have happened to them, but they've changed it to happening for them. And in their strength, their courage, they've discovered their abilities and their wisdom, and they are now sharing it here with you. Do enjoy each show. We bring it to you with love and knowing that it's going to help you on your journey of life. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. Welcome back to another edition of Your Health is Your Choice, right here on selfdiscoverywisdom.com. I'm your host, Sarah Troy. My wonderful repeat guest is Johanne Dodman. She's also one of our wonderful mentors right here on selfdiscoverywisdom.com and on the altartowisdom.org. And she does some wonderful things, but she's also got an event coming out right now, which is about confidence speaking on camera. We'll talk a little bit about that. But she says, what you put in and on your body matters, and boy, does it. Did you know that women can absorb over 120 different toxins through personal care, skincare, and makeup products? We're going to look at this research behind this and discover the healthy choices and natural alternatives that can improve your overall health and reflective positivity on your skin. Your skin, by the way, is the biggest organ in your body. So Johanne is dedicated advocate for clean living, healthy skin, and with a proud background as a mum of two grown boys and a deeply rooted connection with nature and scientific research. Johanne journeys began with concerning for the declining state of health and the environment quality. This concern manifested in her own well-being, prompting her to seek healthy lifestyle and extend the ethos of her own online business. 3 decades of experience in business analysis consultant. She has honed her experience across various industries. Her commitment to advocating for clean living has been a driving force both in her personal and professional life. And today she educates people on the harmful effects of everyday products on the skin, offering insights and strategies gleaned from her own transformative journey. So I absolutely agree that, if you can't pronounce it on the label, you shouldn't put it on or in your body. And people don't realize, like, the cosmetic industry, the skincare industry is billions of dollars, and it's not always ethical. They put a lot of stuff in there to preserve it for a long time. Is that stuff that you want in and on your body? So I don't think half the time people are actually aware of what they're doing, are they? Welcome back to the show, Johanne.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. No, for sure. And that's the thing. We are, as women, especially, a target market, and we
Mm-hmm.
need to understand that. I know for myself, through my university degree and all of that, I studied marketing
Mm-hmm.
and I studied the science as well. So I understood fairly, at the beginning, like that it is a science. They use smell, they use color, they use numbers.
Mm-hmm.
And the cosmetic industry, or, most of the pharmaceuticals and all those big
Yes.
industries, they pay scientists big, big money to make sure that whatever they're saying their product is going to do does. And it doesn't matter what they put in it.
Right,
It has
exactly.
to, it has to, it has to perform.
Mm,
Therefore, when we're buying a product, oh, it's doing what it says, it's
mhm.
short term, but we don't really realize what's happening inside,
Yes, yes.
because the products that we put on our skin, depending on its formula and its structure, goes into our bloodstream
Mm,
within seconds. And then our body needs to detoxify that and get rid of it. And as we age, that process is slowing down. So
mhm.
it's so important to really have that awareness and to start recognizing, yes, reading the labels are important, making sure that you're able to understand. You said it right. If you're able to pronounce it,
Yes.
then it's a good chance that it's good. And just recently, through my business, I switched from the corporate world to my own business, and that's through the help of my sister. She's an esthetician, and she has been working with natural products all of her career.
Hmm.
But she was always like iffy about it, because she uses it on her clients, so she could tell if it works or not. And this product, the product that I'm working with now, it's completely natural, but it is effective.
Mm.
Does it gives results. So for me, that meant to me that, hey, it's possible.
Yes,
Right?
yes, yes.
They don't have to put so much harmful ingredients in a product. Um, and it's so deceiving. And like even for the marketing side, I remember my mother used to say, "Oh, if it's on TV, it's good. We don't have to worry about it." And
It must be true.
it must be true, like, and that's many, many, many years ago. And of course, we have that tendency as humans to believe the authorities and stuff like
Hmm.
that. But now it's a different world, it's a different time.
Oh boy, is
So,
it? Yeah, we actually don't believe anything is true anymore. And it's oh, all natural, really good for you. Take away your wrinkles and this, that, etc. And then people wonder why, they've got bloating or they've got fibromyalgia or they've got cancer or they've got, toxification in their body. But I don't know where this is coming from. And it's like, again, your flesh is your biggest organ and it absorbs everything in there into the bloodstream, into the tissue, into the cell structure. And once that one cell structure goes down, if it's not optimized, the immune system is not strong, it attacks all the other cell structures. And the next thing you know, where did I get this from?
yeah, exactly. And it's that deception.
Mm,
It's because, especially, and it's broad, but if you focus just on the cosmetic industry and the skincare, it's using or playing on women's, not vanity, or we all want to look good,
yeah.
right? And we don't want to age. We don't like that wrinkled, look. So of course, we're wanting to to believe what they tell us, or we
Yes.
want that fix, or we want the simple solution. But in my skin health reset community, I created that specifically to do that education,
Hmm.
to bring awareness. So I have, like, the five fundamentals of skin health. I have in there the what the Chinese have been using for millennia as a face mapping to understand what's going inside the body.
Mm.
So if you have wrinkles in certain places, or problems in certain places on your face, they connect that to a specific organ. And
Yes,
that's
yes.
been a practice for a long time. So that says to me, because I don't believe that a healthy skin can necessarily come from a jar of cream.
Right.
Oh, you need to go deeper in that. Your cream absolutely is part of it. You
Hmm.
need to buy something that is not going to add to your
Mm.
toxic load. So you want to eliminate that. So in my group, in my Facebook group, what I'm trying teaching is, actually I'm going to have a challenge on that to eliminate the chemicals out of your life,
Hmm.
the toxic products, the
Which
chemicals.
which can be very difficult considering it's probably 85 or 90% of the stuff out there, right?
I know, but there are choices,
Hmm.
and it's that awareness. Like,
Yes.
even the dishwashing liquid that we
Yes.
use every day, our
Shampoo.
laundry, shampoo, all of that.
Hmm.
And once you start and you recognize it and you just implement it, then it's done.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people will say, well, Joanne, the natural products don't work as well as the,
Hmm.
harsh chemicals. And I agree with that.
Hmm.
However, maybe keep that bottle of harsh stuff for the once every 6 month
Yes.
cleaning,
Yeah.
the deep clean. Don't use it every time.
Hmm.
So it's little tricks like that, and tips that, I'm trying to teach people, because there are choices, first of all, and there are solutions. There are alternatives out there.
Yeah. A healthy skin, especially, face, isn't just what you put on your face, it's what you put in your body. Are you getting enough omega? Are you getting enough stuff inside there that fortifies the cell structure, that keeps it young, that is moisturizing your body from the inside out? And then, the sexy look today is the all natural look of a healthy skin glow. And
Yes.
we're seeing so many people kind of going that way. I don't know if you remember the 70s with the plasticine of makeup that we had on all the time, false eyelashes and eyeliner here and there and everywhere, and this 90s harsh rouge and everything. And it was like you not only wore your makeup, you were your makeup. People could see it from miles away. And now things are more subtle. And everything is trying to, oh, I want it to look natural and more blend in, etc. Well, how about if your skin is really healthy from the inside out? There is your natural glow, right? Which
Exactly.
beats any makeup.
Exactly. You're totally right with that. And but the only yes, and that's for sure. You have a healthy canvas to start.
Mm-hmm.
And we know that actually on my confident on camera
Yes.
summit that's coming up, I had a makeup artist coming from the company that I'm with, Lime Life, and he was explaining that you need to have a structure.
Mm-hmm.
You need your eyebrows to make sure that they're a little touched up if you need to. You need to have a little bit on your cheeks to give that color, and your lips.
Mm-hmm.
That makes a difference on camera, because
Yes.
when we're on camera, it reflects differently.
Yes.
We need to be aware of that. And what I advocate as well is in terms of when you're doing a lot of business online, and when you're trying to get your message across, what you're doing to prepare, as in putting on a little bit of makeup, making your hair, that is more to boost your own personal
Mm-hmm.
confidence. That's your self-care that you do before you go out in public,
Mm-hmm.
as you would, let's say, if you're going out to a conference,
Yes.
right? Or,
Your presentation, right, of self. Mm-hmm.
exactly. So that is to me a self-care practice,
Mm-hmm.
but also a confidence building, because
Mm-hmm.
now okay, I've done the best that I could, and it doesn't matter if it's great or not. It adds to your own routine
Mm-hmm.
before you go on camera, and it just that feeling, because people will feel your energy, will
Yes.
feel what you feel. Like,
Mm-hmm.
if you're feeling all like, oh man, I'm wondering, how I look, and you're always worried, people sense that. So
Yeah.
once that's out of the way, there is now more room for you to be able to express your message.
I call that the Armani suit syndrome, where you've got a guy that's normally in jeans and t-shirt, and you suddenly put him in an Armani suit, and he doesn't know what to do with it because he doesn't fit it in a sense, right? And it's like, as we need to dress to our personality, to our confidence. Don't just dress, well, somebody wants me to wear this suit, and this suit just doesn't represent you. It blocks your energy, your exuberance. And if you're into flowy clothes like I am, I'm more bohemian, it is more who I am. So people aren't looking at and going, well, who is she? They know already. This is who Sarah is. And then we want to make sure that what the way we look and what we wear is representing our inner energy, right?
Mhm.
And so it is that
Absolutely.
that confidence, as you've done this wonderful summit on, of confidence on camera, and where do we get it from? And yes, makeup, hair, clothing will do so much in our presentation. It's kind of the way we want to present ourselves, right?
Mhm.
Dignity. But that it doesn't matter what we put on the outside. It's if the inside doesn't match, then it's just words and it's going to fall flat and it doesn't make any connection. So,
Absolutely.
you've got people that will put the plasticine on and got this expensive outfit and get out there, and it's like, I'm sorry, I'm falling asleep here.
Exactly. And little things, as you're talking about that, yes, it's the internal. And the difference I know that I felt, because with COVID was a lot of working from home, and
Exactly.
the sweatpants, and
Uh-huh.
the relaxed outfits.
Yep.
And doing my summit and doing the interviews and all of that, I decided, you know what, I'm wearing a skirt.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm wearing a top that I feel comfortable,
Mhm.
and it makes a difference. It's so
Mm.
interesting.
It
And it
does.
sort of reflects,
Mm,
uh, as I'm speaking, I feel myself, right? You
mm,
feel that energy and you feel that you're doing something good inside. Like you said,
exactly.
I'm representing my femininity, I'm representing,
My
what I'm
exuberance.
exuberance, exactly. And it does make a difference.
Yeah.
And of course, because I find that doing those little things will shift you, even
Hmm.
just that tiny little bit.
Yes.
And sometimes that is going to help you because if you're dressed up, then then you're going to think differently. Then you don't want your desk to be a mess, and
Hmm.
maybe it's a chain reaction
Yes.
that needs that little bit of push, and that'll take you a little further in the direction that is going to be helpful.
I remember doing a workshop once, and one day I kind of came in a suit type thing, and somebody said to me, Sarah, this doesn't feel like you. And I got, okay. The next day I came dressed as Sarah. That's better. I can hear you now. Right. And that's the point is that we can be a distraction if we put on what we think people expect of us, or the makeup and the hair. I want to look good. Do I look all right? But you're not feeling all right. You're not exuding your own confidence. You shouldn't have to think once you are in front of people and speaking, the last thing you should be thinking about, do I look okay? Is my makeup all right? Or anything else? You should be completely immersed in what it is you're talking about because you know confidently you are representing from the inside out.
Absolutely. No, it's important to recognize that and to realize it. And you know what? And it's maybe to experiment
Mm-hmm.
with it. You try certain things and see how you feel and see, what it, because sometimes you could surprise yourself.
Yes.
Right, right. You want to find, or sometimes you need just to find your, when they talk about, when you're on social media to find your brand and
Mm-hmm.
whatnot. What does that mean?
Yes.
It's not just something with colors and with things,
Yeah.
and whatnot. It is like, ooh, who are you?
Yes.
As
Does
a
it
brand.
speak to you or who
Yeah,
you are? It's we are the business in our life, in every part of our life, but if people can't buy us, they can't buy from us. And if we don't feel confident, people are going to feel she's not confident. So therefore, she can't be confident in what she is that she's selling. So that comfortability in our own skin, right? That glow of a healthy skin, a healthy inside, a healthy attitude, and a healthy approach to life is what people are going to pick up on. Now they're engaged with you and now they want to know what it is you have to offer.
exactly. Exactly. And there is a lot of things that are connected. There
Mm,
is it's a holistic thing. And if doing business online and doing this, being present and really expressing ourselves, if that is awakening or, forcing us to look at all of that, well, I think
exactly.
it's a good thing, you
I think
know?
so. Whereas if we're up on a stage, maybe the front line people see us, because there's a crowd there. But when you're like a Zoom, like here, you're a few inches away, from the camera. And I know that for the first 5.5 years, I only did audio, and I just wanted people to listen and not get distracted. And then someone said, "Look, Sarah, it's time to do video." The first thing out of my mouth was, "Who wants to see this old bag on camera?"
Oh.
And then the thing that followed me kind of hit me on the back of my head was, it's not about you, it's about the content.
Yeah.
But if I present myself as Sarah, right, then I'm not distracting from the content.
Mm, yeah. And it goes both ways as well. As you're saying that, I remember during the pandemic time, a lot of people were doing Zooms that
Hmm.
were starting. And in some cases, people were trying to be themselves
Hmm.
on camera, but showing up really, I don't know, in sweatshirts and really something that you wouldn't wear if you
Exactly.
were, in front of other people. If like I would be
Yeah.
visiting that person in their living room, I'm sure they would have done a little bit extra. Or,
Yes.
yawning on the video.
Yeah.
Because It's people's time. You're taking
On their
people's
phone while they're
precious.
in a meeting in front of the camera, right?
I know. And I said to myself, that's not right.
No,
That's not right. Because I'm taking my time to listen to you.
exactly.
Respect my time because it is precious. So we need to keep that in mind as well. Like, to keep it as short as possible, as succinct, and getting our message across clearly and having a respect of the other people's time.
And I think, the way we want to present ourselves, I once did a workshop in the school about, dressing for confidence. And people say, well, why do you have to dress? I mean, who cares? Bunch of five graders. And I said, okay, if I'm standing in front of you and I've made an effort to wear something clean that I'm clearly comfortable in and that represents who I am, then you're going to feel respected because I took the time to present myself to you.
There you go. Yeah. It's intuitive, it's common sense maybe a
Mm,
little bit, but I think that it's a learning
yeah,
process. We can't be too hard on ourselves of what we've done in the past, what
no.
we tried or whatever. It is a learning process, but we just simply need to again, that awareness on every aspect of our lives. We need to be aware and just think through what we're doing, and then it'll start making sense.
Well, all of us in some ways are kind of public figures, and we're aging. I'm turning 70 this year, so the lines are showing and things are going south and all of that, and we want to look good for as long as we can. And I remember back when I was young, somebody in their 60s that things had gone south and they were rounded. We just looked at them as wonderful people who had lived life. Now we look at them and go, well, why aren't you a size 2? And you've got wrinkles. And we're saying to people in their 60s and 70s and 80s, but you should look 50. Why? Why
Yeah.
should we? But there's a difference between aging gracefully, right? Where you look after yourself and so what, you get a few lines and things like this, that's lifelines, but you've looked after your skin, you've looked after yourself, and you're aging gracefully, as opposed to, kind of, remember the terminology, what was it? Lamb dressed up as mutton, or mutton dressed up as lamb, trying to
Mhm.
look look younger than what they are. And you see this in the Botox world, and it's like it's
It's
it
not pretty.
it's not pretty, and it tells me that you're insecure,
Mm.
right? You're not at one with yourself. And yes, we can definitely slow the aging process down. And that comes with the right diet and the right ingredients diet, the right ingredients on us. It very
Mhm.
much comes also down to our lifestyle, and just not sweating the small stuff, letting go of those things that used to angst us. And why? Why am I getting upset about this? It takes too much energy, and it's just looking at life more simply, right? We can do that. And so what if we're aging? There's something beautiful about having the gift of age.
Yes, because not everyone does have that
No,
opportunity, right?
no,
Yeah.
exactly. And that's the thing, is we're not promised tomorrow. We're only got today. And isn't it more important to feel I'm as healthy as I can be, but I live my life exuberantly?
Mhm. 100%. Yeah, yeah. It's part of life. And I see in the end, like you just said, when you have a healthy skin, when it's reflecting from within,
Hmm.
that it's expressed in your skin and in your face, it's whatever is there is the reflection of a life well lived,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know.
We
Mm.
look at some of these pictures from people from rough countries, and you've got somebody, you have no idea how old they are. They look 80, 90, but they could be younger, but they live very much an exterior life and their skin is very weathered. And then they've got this toothless type grin. And you know that however hard life has been, they've appreciated the good times, the joyful times. Do you think that's very much to do with our society today, especially Western society? We're so busy sweating the small stuff that we're aging ourselves faster.
Stress is a
Mm,
big, 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 big part of it.
yeah.
Amazingly, how that could affect our skin. And again, in my five fundamentals there, it's part of it. Like, you have the hydration, of course,
Mm,
which is so important, protecting your skin from the sun, and that as well.
mm,
Our company just came up with a product, and it's mineral based. And what they were explaining is that if you have a sunscreen that has those nanoparticles, those zinc nanoparticles, that's absorbed in the skin.
yeah.
And you don't want that. You want your sunscreen to stay on top and
Yeah.
protect you. So, you have to do your research and know what kind of product to buy. And it has to be broad spectrum as well to cover both aspects of the radiation. So all of those things make a difference, and the all of it was funny because part of that program as well. Or that teaching is going to the produce section and recognizing, oh, this is vitamin A, like when you're looking
Mm-hmm.
at carrots or and oh, this is going to be good for my skin, and I should get some omega instead of
Mm,
going for your fish, your
yeah.
salmon. And just it's that recognition of what you're putting in your body, and understanding that education, I guess,
Yes. Well, as you said, as we get older, there's more wear and tear. Our bodies slow down. It can't metabolize or detoxify as it used to. And so it's even more important. We get toxins from just walking down the street because we've just got it out there. But if we can avoid putting it on and putting it in, and also taking in the products like B12 and a few other products that you can take that detoxify your body. And as you said, hydration, a lot of water, but we've also got to question the water we're drinking. What is its source? Because we could have what we could call a lot of empty water. There's nothing in it that's nutritional about it. It's just wet.
I know. I do sun water. That's another one of my little strategies that I present on the Facebook group. It's sun water. You take your tap water and
Hmm.
you put it in the sun for an hour or so, and the difference
Yeah.
is amazing.
The vitamin
It's
D
energized.
fortification. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
energized. It's all of the chlorine is out because it
Mm.
evaporated. And if you put it in a blue container, then it's even better
Oh,
because it
why
has to
the
be
blue?
glass. The blue has something to do with energizing it in a different way. I have the science again on my Facebook group. I don't remember exactly all the details, but there is something about it, and different colored bottles could bring different benefits. But to me, I've been drinking sun water, and I find that if I drink bottled water, oh my goodness, to me, it's dead water. You
Yes.
know, it's
Yes.
dead water, and probably having too much of that is not necessarily good,
Right. Can
because what
drown you.
happens
There actually literally have been people drowned by water because they didn't absorb it. Yeah.
exactly. And what happens is once there is different, again, more science, like there's different levels or structure of water. And when it's energized, it's called structured water. And
Hmm.
it is easily assimilated by the body.
Right.
Whereas if you take just regular water, the body needs to convert it into, I think it's HO2 for regular water, and it has to convert it to HO3 or something like that. The specifics of it. But it's interesting because it's the same like the water that comes out of fruit.
Mm.
That is structured. So therefore, it will be more readily available, or easily digested, easily absorbed by the body.
Like
And
watermelon in the summer, right? Hmm.
exactly, exactly. And that process will hydrate your skin faster, and therefore that hydration will protect your skin from the sun
Yeah.
because it
I
has
think
its own protection.
I love that idea. I'm going to go and do that, but I think there's a warning. Don't put it in plastic, right?
Absolutely, 100%. It has to
Porcelain,
be
glass,
glass.
like when I buy products, foods and things that are in glass jars, I keep all the jars. Whenever I buy loose food or even a packet, I put it straight into the glass jars and try
Absolutely.
and have everything kind of in porcelain and no plastic at all.
Mm,
If I can at all, avoid it. Which unfortunately, they've done a research on people when they've done autopsies or when they've looked at the blood of how much plastic we carry in our body now. And that does not break down, folks.
mhm, mhm. Yeah, for sure. So anything that we could do to help is a plus, is a
Mm,
plus, and it will have an impact because it's a daily thing, right? You know, all of that, like what you're drinking, what you're putting in your body, what you're sleeping in,
mm.
making sure that if you are full of like even this the smelly stuff, like
Yes, Febreze and things like that. Yeah.
oh my goodness.
Hmm. Exactly.
Right.
Really bad for you. Very bad for you. We bought my kids bought me this home a couple of months ago, and when we came in, they bought an ozone thing to suck out the air because A, the person had been smoking, but also they had Febreze like crazy. Now, from I've had COVID 4 times, and one of the COVID knocked my smell out, so I haven't been able to smell. But every time they walked in, oh, the Febreze, and that was just left over from the people before. We've got rid of it now with the ozone and um, doors open and windows open and everything else. But you just don't. The thing is, that commercial, you've become nose blind. And they
Mm,
say nose blind to the smell of your socks and your
yeah.
shoes and the pets, and that Febreze it and it takes away all the smell. What does it leave behind, folks? Go and wash the socks on your feet and then you won't have the foot smell, but don't Febreze it.
Oh, the Febreze, it affects the part of the brain that could smell. So
Yes.
imagine, it's a chemical that is playing with your brain.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not good. Can't be good. Mm.
Now, I've always had very dry skin because I had very bad eczema when I was growing up. So I've always had to moisturize. I've even got dry eyes, so I have to moisturize those as well. So, what in these products do they have? Do they have a full makeup line or is it just a moisturizer line? What do they carry?
It is all, it's the spectrum there for the skincare.
Hmm.
So it's all of the cleansers, and again, education on how important it is. Cleansers, moisturizers, the masks and things like that. We have serums. We have a vitamin C serum. It's an elixir right now, and it is a beautiful product. You put that on and you have that glow right away from
Mm,
it. It's really beautiful. We have a lot of other anti-aging products, of course, but made from soji mushroom, for
hmm.
example, one of the products. So all healthy, natural ingredients. And we also have, the natural deodorant. We have some body oil, body masks or exfoliants. And what happens with exfoliants, which is really interesting, I had a doctor on my in my community that was explaining. She says that she knows when somebody has been using the wrong exfoliating product or a harsh product, because what happens is once you put that on your skin, it removes maybe a lot of the skin, but then the
Mm,
skin says, "Whoa, something's wrong here. Let's make more skin,"
mm,
and it activates more of the creation or the making more skin, and
mm.
the skin becomes like leathery.
Yeah.
So she says she could tell what people are using in their
Hmm.
products. And I said to myself, oh my goodness, again, there we think we're doing the right thing
Right.
without really realizing that the body is able to, help itself, and it's
Yeah.
able to do whatever it needs to do. So if you're trying to put too much or do too much, the body is just going to react. It's
Hmm.
like people with oily skin that use a harsh product, a
Yeah.
cleanser, and that will remove all of the oil from their skin. Then the body says, whoops, we need to produce more oil.
Hmm.
She's running out.
Yes. Yes.
You know, so again, there are the different cleansers, moisturizers, serums, masks, and all of that. And the makeup is the full spectrum because the company, the Lime Life by Alcone, they have their roots are in makeup. They
Mm,
were a company in New York City that was supplying the makeup artists that were
mhm,
taking that were doing the makeup for the artists, the
mm,
showgirls, and things like that. And what they did is they decided that they would take the best, what the makeup artists were using as their palettes of colors, and then make it available for regular women. So their product is professional grade. So
mm.
therefore, you need very little. It stays on. It doesn't cake. It doesn't do anything like that, and it feels good. When you put makeup on and you feel like normal, like as if you have nothing on,
Yeah.
it's a good sign.
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah,
that you don't want makeup on and his face suddenly feels very dry, and I
exactly.
used to have a great makeup I really liked, and then they left Canada and went to the States and then went to something else, and I don't like it. It's
Yeah.
uh it's too cakey. It's just like, just I don't know, and I have to use an oil to take it off instead of washing it off with
Mm.
the other stuff. So I'm not happy with it at all. Um, I actually didn't wear any foundation until I don't know, late 40s, 50s. I'd wear eye makeup and occasional blush when the 50s and 50s, the 90s and 70s, and lipstick, mascara, of course. But I didn't wear any foundation when I was a makeup, model. But they knew just, no, we don't need to put any foundation on her. So it was always the emphasis on the eyes and on the lips. And I
Yeah.
think that kind of saved my skin, I think, for a long
There you
time.
go. Yeah.
And and there was a wonderful cream called Crème de Simon. It was a glycerin type cream, but very natural. Been around for hundreds of years. And then suddenly I started using that at 14 because I said I had very dry skin. And then they suddenly decided they weren't going to produce it anymore. But
Oh,
we used to use things like witch hazel and
yes.
all of this stuff for cleansing and refreshing, and rose water and all
Yes.
of this stuff, and which for centuries and things was used. And of course, I think the 60s, yeah, makeup started becoming a big thing, but the 70s, I think, when they really kind of went into let's pile as much on as we possibly can and lather it up. But it is an industry now. It's a massive industry. And
Yeah.
it is
That's
bottom line, the same with pharmaceutical, the same with doctors, the same with everything. Everything is now run by accountants, and it's all bottom line. And
yep.
it's, put as much preservative in it as you can, um, so that, in some cases, make sure that it turns moldy very quickly, so they have to go back and buy some more. But it's they're not into producing something that's healthy for you. They just,
Absolutely.
it's
No.
instant beauty, but how about 10 years, 20 years from now? How are you going to look then?
Exactly. Exactly. And that awareness is key. And recognizing again how markets work, how business
Yeah.
works. I know I had heard, I don't know, I don't know in what circumstance I heard that, but pharmaceutical companies saying, we're in here for business.
Oh, I believe me, I have done so
The
many shows.
business
Oh,
model
no, no,
is
absolutely. I've interviewed quite a number of doctors that have been blacklisted for holistically treating their patients instead of giving them drugs or procedures. And they were told if they didn't do so many procedures or prescribe so many drugs, they were out and they were blacklisted. And they said, no, I signed the oath to do the best for my patient, and this is the best. Nope, it's about money. And that's what it's become.
yeah,
And it's we've got to be aware of that. We've got to be aware that the
exactly.
doctors, the dentists, the pharmacists, everything is about pushing on it because their livelihood is affected by it as well.
Absolutely. And once you recognize that, then you won't fall for the advertising, you
Yeah,
won't fall for the procedures, you won't fall for the quick fixes
yeah.
because you absolutely understand how business works, how the marketing works, and how they're going to do everything they can, like you said, to improve their bottom line.
Mhm.
And you in there, you're just a consumer,
You're just a
buying
blank
it.
canvas ready for them to lather up.
Exactly, exactly. So we have to be our own advocate
Yeah,
for our own health and recognizing what is healthy and what isn't, and doing our best to make that happen. And also, I'm an advocate for the 80-20 rule.
hmm,
You want to make sure that 80% of the time, you're really doing the best that you really can.
yeah,
And leave yourself room for your 20% because we are all human
yeah,
after all.
exactly.
Right? So we need to live and we need to do all of that. But I find that once you've implemented that 80%, going to the 20% doesn't feel that good. If you're
Yeah,
let's say if you don't eat much sugar.
yeah.
And then you try and you want to spoil yourself, you say, and you're gonna have something sweet. Well, then you go, I don't really like that.
I lived with a 90-year-old who admittedly had false teeth, but the amount of sugar that she went through a week and the amount of things that you buy me chocolates, try this, and my teeth and my eye going boss-eyed, because I predominantly dark chocolate, right? And I like my sweetness from fruit and vegetables and things like that. And the amount of sugar she'd put in her tea and the sweet things that she'd have. Well, I've made it to 90, so I don't care. And I think, if they did an autopsy on her when she crosses, they're going to find her fermented, with the sugar and the vinegar and the salt, everything that's in there. And it's like, you're right. I used to have coffee with two sugars. And then when my daughter, the last child, was born, I cut the sugars out. And at first, it was hard to drink black coffee without any sweetener. And now, for the last 35 years, that's all I've been drinking.
Yeah,
And and I like, some ice cream now and again or little cake
it's
now
a
and
good
again.
thing.
But I don't want that stuff that's got the ooey gooey caramel and all this extra stuff,
And
like
it's hard to find.
yeah, exactly. I like it kind of fairly neutral, and it's um you do adjust. That's the thing. A lot of people, oh, I can't live without it. Yes, you can.
Yes, you
I
can.
am 80% plant-based, and that 20% is the other. When you're going out at every now and again, I feel like protein, um, real cream cheese. Um, but other than that, I am 80% plant-based, and you can take my meat. I don't care. Don't touch my veggies. Don't touch my veggies. I'm a six veggie a night person, so and but there again, we've also got to be careful when we're buying our veggies and our fruit. Is that what is the source? Is it coming from? Is it organic? Has it had
Yeah.
a lot of pesticide on it? Can you soak it in lemon water to release some of that? It's
Yeah.
unfortunately today things are against us, and there's so much we need to be aware of.
I know. I actually offer that list, the clean a dozen and the 15 to avoid list.
Hmm.
And those, it's also good to know because then
Yes.
you could see like, okay, these products I should try really to get organic.
Yeah.
And also, even the organic produce, I just soak them in it's baking soda. That's
Yeah.
what the scientists have said that was the best to remove most of the
Yeah.
toxins. And even if it's organic, the way it's packaged, the way it's produced, the way it's handled, you still want to
The
get rid
wind
of
blows, the
that.
pesticide blows
Exactly.
things, right? And not only that, your bread, which is very interesting, especially in North America, the reason why they don't spray the wheat anymore, it's now in the DNA of the wheat. So you are eating Roundup, which has been banned everywhere else in the world except for North America. And so if you go over to Europe and you have bread, you go, wow, this is bread. And you come over
Yeah.
here and it's like, yeah, well, what is this? And
Yeah.
it's not good for you. So you know, bake your own, but get different form of flour. Don't get the flour that they're selling generically out there. So
Exactly.
I
Oh,
think
it's
I
it's
think what happens is we limit ourselves in the sense of less is more. Certain products I will pay to buy organically and healthy because I know that what I'm putting in my body is healthier for me, so therefore I don't need more. The reason why people crave more food and more food is the empty calories and the empty nutrients. And so
yeah,
they never feel fortified. And so they go and eat more. And all they're doing is eating, more carbs and sugar and salt. And that's bad for them.
exactly. It's a vicious circle.
Hmm.
But we do have control and our body does speak to us. So we have
Yes.
It's very important to listen. I know in the grocery store, I muscle test my produce.
Mm,
And sometimes the organic, my body is going to say, nope.
hmm. Yeah,
So I don't know why. I've never really questioned why, but anytime that and that muscle testing again is something that I teach, and you could use it for anything. You could use
absolutely
it for your
anything.
vitamins, for your medications.
Hmm.
Or I won't go into medications, but for vitamins.
Mm.
But the produce or anything that I'm buying, if my body is okay with it, it's gonna say yes.
Yes.
If it's not, it's gonna go no, and definitely I
Don't
listen.
argue. Don't
No.
argue because it's intuitive wisdom is much stronger than our intellect, right?
Exactly.
So definitely don't argue with it. And
Mm.
I mean, we all, I think, get to that stage. It's like I would love to have a makeup and a cream. I've been with various companies through the years, and they started off that way, and then somehow they got bought over, and then, oh, yes, we're going to keep it the same. And the next thing you know, this ingredient and that ingredient is in it, and it's not the same anymore. And so, having that company that's still ethical, that won't budge, won't be bought out, won't let somebody
Exactly.
else come along and twist their arm. We need that because this show is called Your Health is Your Choice.
Exactly.
And your choice is what you put in, what you put on, your attitude and your perception to life. All of it is your choice. You're in control. And so, as healthy as you want to feel, it's in the products you buy for both going in and on, and also just the whole anxious and anxiety and everything else thing. It's a waste of energy. It's a waste of time, right? Just let it go. Find something nice to do,
Exactly. Exactly.
So the summit, we still catch the end of the summit, confidence on camera. And, we talked about that a bit in the show where, presentation of ourselves, the way we look. Somebody's going to turn up with dirty hair and tattered, pants, things like this. And it's just like, you've made no effort, so why should I make the effort? So it
Right.
is always making the effort to present yourself, but to the point that it matches your energy, your inner energy and your confidence. And my mum was an actress, and I said, why are you always nervous? You've done this for years. And she said, the nerves are good. It means
Mm.
that you're honing into the energy. And the moment you get out on that stage, that energy is yours.
Ah, nice, nice. Yes, because on the summit, it's not only about that, there's a lot of inner work as
Hmm.
well. There is some technology, like, the use of lighting, of good camera, of sound,
Yes.
of background, the
Hmm.
virtual backgrounds, and what do you do about the backgrounds? That, and there is like, I have an expert on makeup, on
Hmm.
colors, on visibility. There is all kinds of subjects on the summit, and really, really, the people are giving amazing gifts. So those two, it's really, really interesting. Like even a legacy code,
Hmm.
meaning you want to live a legacy life.
Yeah.
And you have to start doing that now. All concepts like that really help in terms of our confidence of who we are, and even self-discovery as well,
Yes.
right?
Yes. Yes. I was in there too. So,
Mm.
yeah. And we don't just wake up one day and it's all there. It's a journey. Everything is a journey. But the more you allow yourself to take that journey and you keep the good nuggets and you
There you
keep the
go.
good feelings and you keep the good wisdom and you pack that in your backpack, right? And take that with you. And then it helps you evolve and grow vibrationally and resonate out further. But it's that willingness, so many people, and I think this comes from marketing. Uh, just buy this and you'll be happy. Just
Yeah.
buy this and that. And, people have forgotten it is work, it's inner work, it's participation in your life, your health, your well being, your confidence, your presentation, your business. You have to participate. And if you don't participate, you're going to get what you're going to get, and you may not like it.
There you go. Absolutely.
So, how do people tune into the summit? Because I know it would have been going on for a few days before this show goes out.
Well, no, they actually, the summit is starting on the 22nd
Oh, wonderful. Great. So
of
we're in
July.
time. We're in time.
The promotion, like, you're going to see a lot
Yeah.
online. You're going to see a lot of people promoting, and it's really interesting to see the interest. A lot of
Mm,
people are interested in this because it is, if you're doing any kind of business, you're
hmm.
doing it online.
Yeah.
So any of that, those experts that have been doing it for years, even storytellers, people that are, learning how to do a pitch. I have
Hmm.
Forbes Riley. I don't know if
Oh,
you know
yes, 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 yes.
Riley,
Yeah.
but she's on the summit and she's talking about the pitch and, being confident and all of that, and really, really amazing speakers that are giving their wisdom.
Hmm.
So anybody that's having a business, that has a business,
Yeah.
period, has to be working online. Therefore, these are tips and adjustments and tweaking that are really, really going to be helpful.
And any kind
And
of business you have, unless it's a grocery store or something like
yeah,
that,
exactly.
you have to have an online presence.
There you
And
go.
it is even if it's your marketing, if it's your website and you're dropping things social media every week, if it's the interaction and the invitation, because this is where people are at. How are you going to engage them? How are you going to bring them in? And if you look like you've drank your own Kool-Aid and you're loving it, then they're going to want to know what's in that Kool-Aid, right? So
Exactly.
yeah, it's I've been doing this 12 years online, so I was already there. But of course, COVID completely pitched us across. One thing I loved about COVID, though, in the sense there's all the talk show hosts that normally have people on for 2 or 3 minutes and they're gone. They were now interviewing them on Zoom in their own homes, relaxed, and we got more content, we got more
Mm.
depth. And this is the beauty. There's a reason why I love doing podcasts this way. We get more depth out of people. And so there's so many more nuggets and juicy pieces of information for people to take with them. That's what it's all about, isn't it?
That's beautiful. And it's, yeah, it's, if you're comfortable, you're, open to share, which is nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the company, if somebody wants to be a part of it or they want to buy from it, they're obviously going to buy through you for the makeup and
Yes.
the cleanser. How does that work? Is it a membership thing or what is it?
No, it's a direct sales company,
Hmm.
but there is no commitment. You could be a customer, a consumer, and just buy the product, or you can become a beauty guide. Like, in my case, it's a beauty guide structure, and then you get up to, it could be from 20 to 35% commission off
Mm.
of the products that you purchase. So it's like, again, it's a really good business model. And the company, like I said, you could be you set up an account and you buy products like on any other website. Very,
What
very.
countries do they serve?
The North America, of course. They're in Europe, Ireland, Germany, and quite a few of the countries in Spain, out in Europe, but definitely US, Canada, and abroad.
A lot of people talk about the Mediterranean diet, Spain, Italy, Greece, those countries. And you look at the people there, they do age very gracefully. And, I remember in France, somebody saying, when you reach 30, you have to choose between face or body. And if
Mhm.
you want to have a younger and healthier looking face, let the body grow a bit.
Ah.
If you want to keep the body all thin, the face will thin out too, which means it's more subjective to lines. I said, okay, that's very interesting. So I let my body fill out.
Yeah, yeah.
But the Mediterranean diet, of course, is a lot of oils, right?
Yes.
Good oils and a lot of very healthy dieting. North American diet, let's face it, is not a good diet at all. And we
No,
really need to revamp that.
and one thing so important as well is the brain is made up of a lot of
Healthy fat.
healthy fats. Exactly. So if you're removing all fats from your
Mm,
body, what's happening to the brain?
exactly.
So
Exactly.
to me, I put priority on that,
Mm,
and you have to respect where you are too. Like, if you're in a very stressful time,
hmm.
your body is going to react
Hmm.
differently. And then, you need to let that pass. You don't need to stress. I haven't been on a scale and since forever.
Uh-huh.
I don't feel I need it. I know if I'm having extra pounds on,
Right. Yes,
in the
exactly.
spring, after the winter or whatever time, if I'm in a very stressful period, I know the difference.
Yeah.
But then again, I'm making sure that I don't cut out all of those fats because my brain is more important than, a little bit of
And
plumpness.
fat is good for us if it's healthy fat. The
Yes.
yogurt fats, the nut fats, and the various other fats, they're healthy fats for us. The avocado and all of that. We need those type of fats because that is what fortifies the brain and keeps that fat really productive. Yeah, it's actually my brother brought up something very, very interesting, and I don't know if it's true or not, but a lot of people that take these very fast diets, and they take these pills for it and they lose weight very, very quickly. They have found a study where they've gone blind in one eye.
I heard that.
Oh, you have heard that too? I thought, what? So, we're going to see a lot of, we're going to know those that have been on the diet because, yeah,
Patch.
exactly. So, maybe you want to kind of consider, the diet, and maybe instead of the diet, look at the lifestyle and look at the kind of
Exactly.
fats you're
No,
putting in.
no quick fixes. The quick
No.
fixes, beware.
Yes.
I would say.
Yeah, exactly. As with anything in life, right? So, to catch the summit, where do people go?
Confident on Camera Summit. Okay, we could put the links
Yep.
and also I'll put in the link for the Lime Life by Alcone, the
Mm.
company. Again, clean products, clean skincare, clean makeup is an amazing alternative. And like the person that I have, the makeup artist that came from the company, he said, there is a lot of choices out there and we
Mm.
never really know if they're saying the truth or not.
Exactly.
So for buying from someone that at least sort of trust a little bit,
Yeah,
it
exactly.
makes a difference. It helps with the choice and
Yeah.
the decision making.
Hmm.
And I totally agree with that because I'm in the company because of my sister.
Yeah.
That I have confidence in her, and
Mm.
she did an approval on the product, and therefore I'm sold on it too because I know she used it on many different skin types. So.
Mm. Does it have shampoo?
We don't have shampoo. We have a conditioner that is really, really amazing. It's a mask for your hair and a mask for a conditioner for your hair. And a lot of people with the frizzies, really, really enjoy it. I love it. And
They
some
need to
people,
get some shampoo out there because the shampoos,
yes,
there's sodium lauryl sulfate in the shampoo.
I
That's what makes it
know.
foam up, right? And that's
Yes,
like, talk about bad for you. So, yes, we need good shampoos out there and everything else. So, again, it is our choice. But when we know, we're aware and we
yeah,
can care, right? And we can look at how we want to present ourselves. We want to be a slave to the makeup industry and buy into everything that they tell us. Or, do we want to have a glowing skin where it represents good health? Because that again is the new sexy, folks. Good, shiny, glowing skin, shows you take care of yourself.
there you go.
And that represents you and everything that you want to do in your life. So it's something that's really important. Your skin will reflect what's going on in your gut.
100%.
Mhm. So again, your site is Johanne.com, JOHANNEDODON, and the Facebook that has all the products and that people can follow. Is that also under your name as well?
That one is the skinresetcommunity.com. That's the Facebook group, and you could get a lot of information there.
Right.
And it's the Lifeline, the Lime Life by Alcone / Joanne Dodon. That's the link to the company to buy products.
Right.
The
So
product.
if you want to hear what people are saying, go to the Facebook group, Skin Health Reset Community, and you can hear what people are saying about it. And if you want to just, try one product and give it a try and see how it does, start off with a really good cleanser.
Mhm.
to make sure that you're keeping that, whether you wear makeup or not, you need to clean your face every day, your body every day, because it's absorbing everything else out there. And of course, she's also one of our wonderful mentors here on the autodowisdom.org, on self-discovery wisdom.com. You'll see that there's mentors and practitioners where we can also find out all about her mentorship and everything that she's doing there as well. So it's really, really important that we follow this path, because nobody's going to be out to wave a magic wand and say, I'll fix you. It's up to us. And that fixing of self is, again, what goes in, what goes on, our attitude to life, our positivity, and I think also our passion. Where's your
Absolutely.
passion for life, right?
Mhm.
So, and nobody's saying take anything away. If you love coffee, you love chocolate, you love that, just choose better chocolate. Right? I did a wonderful show some years ago on shamanic chocolate with
Oh,
acai beans, and literally one or two pieces is so satisfying. You don't need the whole bar, and it's so healthy, all the nutrients in it, and it's really healthy
mm.
for you. So shamanic chocolate, you can put into my search engine, you'll see the show on that. There's always alternatives, good coffee, everything. There's always alternatives. Just be willing to do your research,
There you go. Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Good to see you here again, Johanne, and thank you for inviting me on your summit. I look forward to listening to everybody else on there as well. I'll get out all the information so people can start following and signing up for it. And that's the important thing. People have answers, right? Answers to questions you haven't even asked. So when you're willing to listen and learn and apply, you will actually find you will benefit so considerably. So just
Mm.
as I ask you to listen to these podcasts and share them around, listen to the summit. Whether you're interested in makeup or interested, it's diverse. It's across the board with so many different people. You may listen to one where you feel it's not my subject and then realize, oh gosh, that hit home, right? So listen to them, because that's what it's there for, to help, inspire, to educate, and to invite. So,
Yeah, and we made them short sessions, like 30 minutes.
mhm.
So it's easily consumed. And I have a workbook that's included in that that has all the speakers, all of their information, their contact information, the link to their gift, a few bullet points of the
Mhm.
talk. So it's really, really, I put a lot of effort in it.
Yes, yes, it
But,
takes a lot of
yes,
work, folks. So let's get behind her and support and share. So when you see it, when you go to your Facebook or you see it anywhere that this being advertised, please share, right?
right,
Because you may only be interested in one show, you may be interested in all of them, but how do you know if your friends out there that there's something they need to listen? Right?
right.
There's something they need to hear right now. And again, as far as the makeup and the cleanser and everything else is concerned, start by reading the labels on your own stuff right now and go, okay, maybe it's time to change the soap or the moisturizer or whatever, right? And
Or
start,
old makeup.
old makeup.
Oh my
Exactly.
goodness, I had such a bad reaction a few years ago with makeup. It was unbelievable. I had to
Hmm.
take medication and all kinds of stuff. But oh,
Right. Yes,
yeah.
because you never know what is in there, right? Oh,
Oh.
it's all natural. What? Natural poison? Poisons can be natural too, but is it necessarily good for you? So, we do. Again, our health is our choice. We're the consumer. We need to be more educated and do more research and make sure that we are the ones looking after our own bodies, mind, heart, body, and soul. Because if we don't, and we let ourselves down, we don't want other people to have to pay that price, and we don't want to have to pay the price ourselves.
There
So
you go.
the stitch in time, right, before everything goes wrong. So
Yeah.
thank you so much for Johanne for being here again, and to everyone else
Thank
out
you.
there. Remember, there's always a choice. Please make it wisely. Bye for now. We hope that you enjoyed the show. There are so many more for you here on selfdiscoverywisdom.com. Just go to the podcast tag at the top there and you will see all the many genres and all 3,000 shows ready for your listening. We are here to serve you, to help you on your journey of life, and we know that through inspiration it begets invitation. We are supported by you, the listeners, and those that we interview. Anything that you can spare us in donation would be greatly accepted, and we do hope that you enjoy the next show.